Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And also, welcome back to another video. So, hey, in today's video, I want to share with you, one of the great phrases and just overall financial concepts that I've learned and that I've, heard from none other than the great and only Warren Buffett. And what exactly am I talking about here? So it was a phrase that I've heard him mention many, many times, when he's being interviewed or things like that, or they're just talking to him about, obviously his financial expertise. So the phrase that I've heard him use and say is price versus value, and just really understanding exactly what that means. And when you have a great understanding of what that means, then you know exactly how to use, this price versus value in the best way possible for yourself to make the most of it. So hey, before we jump right into the video, if you guys could just do me a huge favor and just, tap that like button on this video. And if you're not already subscribed here, be sure to hit that red subscribe button for me. Be sure to also turn on the notification bell so that way YouTube will notify you each and every time I upload a video. I would really appreciate it, and it greatly helps out my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So, like I said, in this video, we're going to talk about price versus value. And so exactly what does that mean? Like, what is the difference between price and value? So the way Warren Buffett explained it and broke it down was simply this. Price is just going to be the price that you pay for something. So that's just going to be, the dollar amount that you pay in exchange for whatever good or service or product that you're going to get. So in the simple way, in the most simplest explanation is exactly that. It's just the price that you're going to pay for that item or for that, that thing that you're going to get in exchange for your money. So then so now we know what price is. So what exactly is value? So value is how valuable, or what is the benefit or that you're going to gain in exchange for the money that you paid for that item. So let's just say we could use myself as an example. Let's say I went to the store and I was like, hey, I'm going to buy, this tool from, the dollar store, and it costs $1, and say, okay, $1 is the price that I paid for that tool. Now, yes, that's the price that I paid, but how valuable is that tool going to be for me now that I only bought it for $1? Because the chances are that the quality of that tool is not going to be very good. It's probably going to be either going to break on me as soon as I use it my first time, or it's not even going to work at all. Like, yes, it is the tool, and yes, I got it for a really, low amount of money that I'm spending out of pocket. But the truth is that that tool is going to actually be expensive in terms of when you think about, okay, I spent this amount of money for it, and what did I get in return, for that money that I put out for it? So in this example, like I was, saying with the tool that I bought for $1, let's just say, like I said, maybe this tool doesn't work out too well. Maybe it breaks, or maybe it only works, 1 or 2 times, and then it does break after I'm not able to use it. I mean, yes, I understand I only paid $1 for it, but I also, would hope to expect that when I buy something that I could get much more use than maybe just one time out of it. And I mean, I don't know exactly how much, you're not going to probably find very many tools that, are being sold for $1, but hey, this is just the example that I'm giving you guys. So what I'm really hoping to, help you guys see and understand here is to not, and I made this mistake before, that's why I'm hoping to share this information with you guys, and that you guys would benefit by, now learning this information for yourself as well, is because I made the mistake before of focusing far too much on price and not enough on the value. I mean, I've done this in all kind of different areas. I would go to the store and think like, oh, I'm just going to only buy this food because it's cheap. Like, that's all I want to do is just save money and invest. So I'm going to just, spend money on the cheapest items, and that way I just don't spend a lot of money and I'm able to save a lot of money. But the value that I'm getting, is very, very low. Like if you're just, buying 50-cent microwave burritos and, you're buying top ramen and things like that, like, yeah, you're getting some very, very like low cost dollar, below dollar, items. So you're spending low dollars when you're, out of pocket. But in terms of value, like that food has like, next to no nutrition, if any, in it whatsoever. So it was like, I really just had to change my view and just get a better understanding exactly of, don't focus so heavily just on the price. Like, yes, I'm not saying that price does not matter, but don't be so heavily focused on just, hey, this is what I'm spending. Oh my gosh, like that's a lot of money. It's not worth it. I could just buy this other thing that's, so much more cheaper. It's really like the concept behind this video is to get you to understand, that true, clear difference between price, which is what you pay, and value is what, you're going to get. I mean, I have just another quick example, I called around to a lot of different, trucking schools when I realized I wanted to, become a Class A truck driver. I wanted to get my license. I had another example where I enrolled into a school. It was, $2,000. I paid that out of pocket. Of course, when they talked to me up front, everything sounded great. It seemed like it was going to be a good school. They were really going to help me. That didn't turn out to be the case. I paid $2,000. Yeah, it was cheaper than a lot of other schools, but my experience was really bad. And I never even finished going through with the whole entire school. I just basically quit. Of course, they didn't give me my money back. They just were hoping to run me through the program. And, it was just a bad overall experience, for me as well. So, and what I did as a result of that is I said, okay, let me not focus on the price. Let me focus on what am I going to gain? Where's it going to be like, I'm going to go to a good school, get a good experience, and ultimately gain my Class A license. So I called around some more schools. I ended up calling one of the more expensive schools. And yeah, it was, a lot more money, like significantly a lot more money. And it ended up being $5,000 that I ended up, spending out of pocket to go invest in, me gaining the skill of being a Class A driver. So yes, it was a lot more money out of pocket, a lot more dollars that I spent. But in terms of how valuable that was for me, it was extremely valuable because I gained a really great experience going through the school. I met people, we were like really cool with each other. The people in the school were really nice to me. They helped me out a lot. They helped me with any areas, that I struggled with. And then ultimately I received my license. So, I got exactly what I was hoping to get, through the program. I received my license. I was able to apply, for the trucking job. I received it. I'm currently working as a Class A driver. So for me, that $5,000, that I spent, it was $5,000, but to some people, they may see that as like, hey man, you spent like way more money than you need to. You could have just went to this other school, for $2,000. Yes, but the value that I got in return for that $5,000 to me was so much like more than just the $5,000. Like I used to work at night, I didn't have the weekend off. Now I do. It puts me on a much better schedule with my family. So again, I don't want to go on too much about myself, but the whole point of this is just that if you understand this concept, you understand the difference between price and value, you will, of course you'll still pay attention to price, but you'll just understand that it would be more important for you to focus on the value that you're going to gain out of whatever it is you're going to buy, instead of just focusing solely on the price. And again, like I said, that's what I'm hoping that you would gain from this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, could you be sure to just give this video a like, just hit the thumbs up button on this video. And if you're not already subscribed, just go ahead and hit that red subscribe button for me and be sure to turn on the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.